Hi there, I thought I'd make a video on my latest acquisition, and this is a MBox 3 made by Avid. It's the same company as DigiDesign who made the MBox 1, which I also have, and I made a video on the MBox 1. Now I wanted to replace the MBox 1 because unfortunately the Windows 10 drivers were constantly being compromised by Windows 10, and I didn't have any decent proper drivers made for it, and so it was becoming a problem really. Every time I updated Windows 10 I would lose the use of my MBox 1. I'd have to completely reload the drivers again and configure Windows to play as well through the box, so it wasn't really a satisfactory situation. This MBox 3 actually is still supported by Avid, and I got the latest Windows 10 drivers for this, and it's worked flawlessly. So yeah, this is a great thing. And the other good thing about this MBox 3 is they don't cost much money really to buy. The Moto M2 was extremely expensive for me anyway, and compared to that, this was very much cheaper. I think when in Brazilian money, the MBox cost me 2,000 reais, and there's at the moment it's six reais to the pound. So I don't suppose that's a lot of money to a lot of people, but I'm retired now, so it's a lot of money to me. But this one was 850 reais, so it's less than half the price of the Moto M2. But this is much better sounding than the Moto M2, much better. It's on a par, I would say, with the MBox 1. The MBox 1 is really good, so that's saying something. Anyway, as you can see, it's fully featured. There's the monitor input there. You have a dim button, which actually is like a mute, partial mute. It doesn't mute the sound, but it dims it down to a low level. If you want to speak to someone in the control room or something, and mute the actual signal output. Mono button, which the MBox 1 had. You have a multi button there, which works just with Pro Tools. You should get Pro Tools with this actually. I haven't downloaded Pro Tools because I use Cakewalk, so I probably will never use that button. You have a pad. I think that's the SFT IMT. I think that's the pad in case you wanted to mute the input if it had a hot signal a bit. And also you have the front and rear selector because you have obviously inputs in the rear as well. You don't really have any sort of indicator here of the input level, but you do have a signal indicator which is green, and it goes red when you're clipping, so that's should be suitable enough. But I'll quickly show you the back as well of this. It's a bit late and a bit dark, so I'm sorry, but it's probably not great video, but there we are. And there we have TRS line inputs, monitor outs. You have SPDIF, in and out, which you had on the MBox 1 as well. But here as well you have MIDI in and out, which you didn't have on the MBox 1, and that is very useful because I've got quite a few hardware sound modules. I don't only use VSTs. I've got some nice hardware modules. I've got a PreSonus and I've got a Roland sound module as well, and I intend to get some more sound modules as well, hardware ones, at some point. So these MIDI in and outs be quite useful for that. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you as well as the Avid drivers you can get supporting Windows 10. You also have, it also comes with this control panel as well, and with a control panel you've got quite a few options here. But one of the beauties of this Avid is the fact that it has a built-in DSP and you can get some basic effects. Then there's 3 halls and 3 rooms. There's a delay as well, and you can basically assign the effect to whatever channel you want. Let me see if I can show you here. There we go. You have 3 rooms, 2 halls, a plate, a delay and an echo, and you can control them as well to a certain degree. The duration obviously with the effect, how long it is, or the delay, and you have the feedback as well and the volume. And I have tried these effects out and they're pretty good. They're pretty good. They're not obviously brilliant, but the fact that this MBox has a DSP inside means that it doesn't affect latency at all. And the latency on this is pretty good. I don't have any problems. And there obviously you can control all aspects of the SPDIF as well. Also on this you have a pretty good tuner. I can't show you it working because I've got nothing plugged in at the moment. And then obviously your setup. You can set up from this control panel whether your clock source is internal or external. I suppose the external would be when you're using SPDIF. You can use whatever clock source or whatever clock comes in with the SPDIF. Sample rates on this are a bit more flexible than the MBox One. It goes all the way up to 96k, so that's really good. And then the buffer size can be set with a slider there, and there's quite a lot of variations on that. You can go right down to, let's have a look, 64 and up to quite a lot, so it's pretty good. It's a lot more versatile than the MBox One in that way. See, I set it about there roughly. And here you have the soft button settings. How long I think the soft button's on the front there. I think that's set something. Oh no, the soft is there, sorry. Soft are these buttons here. And you can obviously adjust them as well, how long you want them to hold for or not. So yeah, I'm not 100% savvy with this yet because I haven't had it for that long. But yeah, it's pretty good. Balance, you have a width there. So the width of the stereo you can adjust. As you can see, it's pretty well featured. You can make your own presets up as well, and you can save them and load other ones up, so you can make different layouts here and presets with effects for different songs if you want, and just save them for that particular song. So obviously this is all extra to the DAW. You can have this software running at the same time as the DAW software as well, so it's great. I've had no problems with setting up this at all because the drivers work and they work really well. And yeah, this was a great purchase. It was a good price, and it works really well. It sounds really good as well. So yeah, I thoroughly recommend this if you want to get a nice interface that's really well built, all metal, and sturdy and quality. This one I can definitely recommend. It wasn't cheap when it came out. It was one of the more expensive interfaces, but really for the price you can pick them up for now, it's a no-brainer really. And they're still, as I say, fully supported by Avid, who's the same company as DigiDesign, by the way. So yeah, what can I say? It's great. I managed to get a really good condition one in the box for next to no money. So yeah, I thoroughly recommend it. I may well bring you another video once I get it, once I can show you it all set up and running. I've got no studio or work area at the moment. My leg is still recuperating. I don't know how long I have to wait now. I think I've got surgery in June, the end of June. So I don't know whether they're going to put something else on my legs. But as soon as I get set up in my studio, I'll obviously bring you another video on this and other things and my tape machine. So just thanks for watching anyway, and I hope this video was of some value to some people maybe thinking about getting an MBox 3, and I totally recommend it. Thanks for watching.